the Scottsdale Art Show. This doesn't look like too much here at the entrance, but as you'll see later, there's 100 of the best artists in the United States inside here, and these tents go on for miles and miles. Well, it's January 19th, and we're here with artist Ben Joyce at the Scottsdale Art Fair. And Ben, it's your first time here at this prestigious show by invitation only.
Yeah, that's the celebration of fine art, and it's an incredible show. You know, incredible artists, and we're fortunate to be a part of it.
Sure. And what piece am I looking at behind you here? Could you explain to a layman what this represents?
Sure. This was inspired by they call it the Royal Arches in the Grand Canyon, and so I wanted to, all of my work is inspired by topographical locations, and I wanted to bring something on a more sculptural aspect, and so I brought this one. I just love the curvature of the river and how it flowed through the piece, and with every piece, the whole concept of the broken edges is when somebody connects with the area visually, they'll expand the piece beyond the frame, you know, as in geography is continuous, and so that's where I open up the frames and let the individual expand the piece beyond what it is.
Sure. Now that river part looks sparkly like gold, is it?
Yeah, there's an inlay. It's 23 karat gold that's inlaid within the river, and it's just, you know, I love the brilliance that it brings to the pieces, the composition of, you know, the flat land with that incredible brilliance of the water.
Well, this is a black and white piece.
Right. Yeah, this is Manhattan, and you know, New York City, and so, you know, I just wanted to represent kind of that constant energy and movement in the piece. Yeah, you get Central Park with the Jacqueline Onassis Reservoir, that it's kind of the place of sanctuary that, you know, people can go and, you know, get away from all of the hustle and bustle, and it's just an incredible city with great energy and culture.
Yeah. And you've sold a number of pieces, I believe, in the New York area.
Yeah, there's a great collector base over there, and you know, it's all about connection to place. And so when somebody has that connection, you know, it's Manhattan or London or Miami. I mean, you choose the location, and people have a great, strong pride of place.
So this looks like San Francisco.
Yeah, this is the San Francisco area with Golden Gate Park here, with Golden Gate Bridge and the headlands of Marin County. So once again, anybody that connects with this area will visually expand the piece beyond the frame. So rather than confine it, I use lines to open it up and allow that imagination to expand it beyond what it is.
Sure. And I guess a person that lived in the area would identify with the landmarks that you've shown here.
Correct. Yep. Yeah, it's all about that connection to place, and so you really just create those lines of recognition, and then you allow the individual to populate it with their own connections and histories.
Neat. Very neat. Now this surface here, it doesn't look like it's all paint to me. What is that?
Yeah, it's multi-medium, and so depending on the piece it varies, and so, you know, with this there's burlaps and oils and acrylics and gels, and it's just kind of a layering process, you know, depending on the surface. So
I see. Beautiful. There's about 100 artists here in this show. And this is Ben's first year, so he has a booth down here. But as you can see, all up and down these aisles are beautiful pieces of art. Even the bad artists here are really good.
number one is that we put the project at Vasquez High School out on the street and opened it up for bids. All of those bids have come in, and without getting into details, they are favorable, meaning that we've done a ton of value engineering, and we believe that we're going to be able to come within budget. At our next board meeting, we will be presenting the comprehensive project, the budget value, a guaranteed maximum price for JTS, which is, for me, is monumental in that we believe we're at the budget value that we can afford. So we'll talk about the project scope, the sequence, when the shovel in the ground happens, and how we're going to get there, and what needs to happen between then and now. The contract will be on the next agenda. I'll give you, we're working on it concurrently. I'll be working on it days and nights to get that thing done. The sooner rather than later. I did actually request from Mark if in fact I can get it done sooner. I may even request a special meeting if that would be to your liking. I can't promise I'll get it done sooner, but if I do, I'll let you know, and then we can go from there.
As for me, it would be very much to my liking.
I bet.
So our tax money that we're paying will be paying for the high school.
Yes. Well, I think, you know, it's one of the things I wanted to talk about was that, and just let everyone know, you know, I'm very, very happy and proud of the team that what we put together. I think you guys will be as well. We'll present the entire project to you. It's in essence option E with, to be honest with you, some enhancements over option E. We'll chronicle what those are.
Can you remind me about option E again?
Option E is basically the classrooms, excluding the MPO.
Oh, right.
Okay. And we'll talk about that a little bit. But in addition to that, I wanted to talk to you a little bit. You know, things are, in many respects, moving forward. Recently, on the, it would be, I can't remember, January 22nd, board meeting of the State Allocation Board, they basically put together a list which is reauthorization, if you will. There's, and I counted quickly, I see there's 12 different school districts that are up for new construction grants. And so we were reapproved, and Acton Agua Dulce was approved. I got confirmation that our project was approved for the same amount, which was, again, 14 plus or minus $1 million is 14 plus. And so the intention is, and the signal is as I call DSA, which honestly doesn't exist anymore. What I understand is happening is they are taking many of the projects that, say, for example, where a school district in California had a project that was funded, they received the money, but yet, for whatever reason, we're not the only school district that is losing enrollment. Other districts are losing enrollment as well, and let's say it's La Cañada, like we talked about. They chose not to utilize the money and spend it, and therefore basically put their project on ice. The State Allocation Board gets the money back, and now they're looking to reallocate that money. Does that mean we're going to get our $14 million? I don't know. I just thought it's a good signal for us. Whether or not we see the money or not, I can't promise, but I wanted you to know that we have been reauthorized. We are now still on the unfunded list, and now we're only one of 12. This used to be like 18 pages. Now it's 2 pages.
So that means those schools are no longer certified.
That's right. They are certifying us as non-funded, which is, again, for me, great. Now, there's some big projects and big project values on there. Whether or not we see half of it, 2 million, I don't know. But we are at least in the pool for consideration. Okay? So I'm really happy about that. I wanted to make sure you guys knew that. If you saw or you get on the state website, we are approved and go ahead from there. So that's all I have on the construction piece.